Well, this is a video that I didn't want to make. I wanted to make a very happy video today for something that I was looking forward to, but this is something that needs to be addressed by the fans.
Subscribe to Entertain House.
Let's talk about the 2024 Parramatta Eels Fan Day, which was today on the 18th of February. I've been looking forward to this day. It's one of the greater days of the year, getting ready for the start of the season, seeing all the boys, all that type of stuff. Now, look, I'll get some positives out of the way. There were some great things. Some things I actually didn't know about. You know, there was trading cards created. You stand with players and get your own trading card, which is pretty cool. They had jersey customization, which you'll see at the end of this video. I did get my a signed jersey that I was planning to get signed, customized, and to have that for free. Obviously, they didn't have numbers, which is a little bit disappointing, but to have a name, you know, it's better than nothing, no charge as a member. I thought that was a really nice addition by the Parramatta Eel. You know, the boys took stage and spoke about the season ahead, spoke about the camps they've been on, spoke about the playing group getting closer and closer to this start of the season, and you know how much they're looking forward to ripping in, and they've had a really good pre-season. And you know, it wasn't hype. There wasn't all that hype of, oh, we're going to win a premiership this year, or we're disappointed in last year, so we're going to, you know, it was felt different the way that they spoke, especially Brad Arthur. So yeah, I was really happy to see the way that they did speak about the playing group coming into this year. Obviously not massive changes made. There are a couple of players that, you know, coming into the squad. But yeah, I enjoyed those kind of things. And yeah, there were some great things around the ground. Obviously, you know, the cutout pass tent, things like that for people as well. But there was some negatives this year. So I'll start off by saying I didn't know about the weather. The weather was 35 degrees. Last year at the Fan Day, you were actually facilitated with water bottles. You know, water bottles around the ground. And I think even if water bottles were available to purchase at the Fan Day, would have been something really cool. You know, you've got this Parramatta Square. It's such a weird area. You know, you walk past games when you get off the train or you go to Westfield and you see it. And I never ever would have thought that I would have seen an event like this here. Now, let me talk to you about the Parramatta Eels Fan Day. Now, you literally would line up for about 40 minutes to an hour per player. There would be 2 players on each side of these tents. There would be 3 tents, so 6 players in that area, which is only half the team, mind you. And some of these players, it was fine to meet New South Wales Cup players, but some of these players were New South Wales Cup players after the presentation. But being involved in the top 30, that's expected, so that's not a complaint from me. And I think there's some great young guns coming through the team, but I think other people might have been disappointed by that. Now, I obviously was part of the morning there, tried to see everyone, thought there was going to be tents, things like that, to try and get some signatures as well. And I lined up and I was told that no, you're not getting a signature. The people in front of you, which was Reese and Tom, my 2 close friends, got these. And then I was lucky enough that Gutho actually signed for this. Dylan Brown was next to Gutho. And unfortunately, Dylan Brown had to go on that stage and walked away. So I basically queued up for technically nothing, but lucky for Gutho, he did sign, and I was really appreciative of that. But the thing about this Fan Day is that you had no designated area for all players. You had 2 kind of split areas of those tents that changed every 2 hours. So the first lot was, I think it was Sevo and Lumi, and the second lot being Gutho and Brown. I think there was also maybe, I can't remember who was there now, but, you know, players like Mitchell Moses, like Woodamoo Greg, Sean Lane, Bailey Simonson were literally just walking around getting swamped by fans, and there was no designated area for fans to meet their heroes. Like for me, obviously, I've met all these guys. I love the Fan Day and I look forward to seeing them. But if I'm thinking from a fan perspective, if I'm a member who's paid money for this event as well, to try and see players, to be a part of this, you know, new season, whether you've been new to the club or you've been there for a long time like myself, I think it's really disappointing. Now, obviously I mentioned the heat. The players obviously left because of the heat. Some of them as well left straight after the presentation. They were only there from, say, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. and then the rest were there from 10 a.m. to 12. But yeah, the presentation itself was great on the field, but the way that it was organised and the way that you were expected basically to go and have a little treasure hunt with NRL players was really, really poorly done. And it's annoying because Bella Vista in 2020 was a fantastic fan day. The best Parramatta Eels fan day that I've been at. You had these tents, you had undercover. It was really, really good. It's been hot every time because it's summer when we do these Parramatta fan day, but that was the best one. Last year was Kellyville Oval. There was a separate section for members to fans, which I think probably should have worked again. I know there was some things they were only letting members in those particular areas, which was good to stop the queues and things like that. But just, to speak to players, get a photo with players. I didn't even get a photo with I think I only got 3 players. I only got about four or three, something like that, signatures on my jersey as well that I wanted to get signed. I think, every year I try and get a jersey signed for the 2023 season at the fan day, just to kind of put that away as that's from last year. But yeah, a little bit disappointed. And, I love this club and I look forward to the future of this club. But I really hope this isn't a step backwards in the wrong direction. And I think whoever had this idea for this year needs to mark this down as a fail. It can't be put down as a pass. And look, if you guys were there at the Parramatta Fan Day, let me know if I'm wrong. If you think it was fantastically set out, let me know, because I've heard a lot of feedback from a lot of other podcast content creators. Look, there was some great content creators out there. It was great to see everyone catch up, things like that. But I know that people found this to be quite a negative experience, and I don't blame you at all. Every time I just wanted, I kind of wanted to leave. It was absolutely awful waiting for an hour to meet 2 players in this massive line in the heat. And yeah, really frustrating, especially, I drive almost 2 hours to go down to Parramatta from where I live. So, I love going to the games, love seeing the players after the game. I'll be at games this season, don't you worry. But I just thought this fan day was so disappointing, and I really hope this isn't the direction that the club goes in 2025. But that's going to be it for this video, guys. Let me know if you were at the fan day, if you've heard anything, if you enjoyed it. I mean, I did have a good day. It was great to see some of the boys, Brendan Hands, the new recruit, Kelma Taulungi, and even a chat with Blaze Taulungi as well, the young gun who played for the trial against the Raiders. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Looking forward to season 2024. Hope you're enjoying the NRL trials. I might do a review on them as well. Currently watching the Tigers and the Warriors, but I'll see you guys later.
What about Big Reg? Regan Campbell-Gillum.
Huge shot of the arm, and to know these are the people you're going to be playing for this year.
Yeah, it's great. Our supporters are very loyal. Obviously we hear every year about the premiership drought, but this playing group's working extremely hard to try and play their best footy this year, and we've got a real mindset about trying to drag 30,000 people there for round 1, so we need as much support as possible from you guys.
Who's impressed you coming through this pre-season and as we head into round number 1?
Well, I'm impressed with the whole squad, the way they've trained, the way they've come together. The drive and the connection has been solid. We had a trial last night, we've got another trial next week. The trials for us are about getting some game time into blokes, some opportunity for some young blokes to learn where they're at. But probably a couple of standouts training wise. I think Joff has been really good. I think Reg has been really good with their training, and they've got a real drive and hunger for this year.
You mentioned about
Much what Brad was saying, just connection was probably our main focus, and with us senior boys have taken on a bit of more of a leadership role and developing the younger generation coming through, and so like I just said, we're looking forward to it. It's been a different pre-season, and it's going to be a different year for us.
Are you a goal setter for round 1?
No, yeah, back playing this week, so injuries going well. Injuries going really well. It's a bit of a tailored pre-season for me, coming off surgery, and just been on the side for most of pre-season, but jumped back in with the boys probably 2 weeks ago now, and just stinging to get back out there and playing.
All right, we're speaking.
Going out there and getting a win and putting in our best performances and building into the year, but certainly don't want to lose against the Dogs.
All right.